Oh, she's so mad, Rory. Oh my god. I haven't pissed this car off this hard for a long time. Oh man, she's so mad, dude. I fucking romped her on there on that last hill. Yeah. Did you see that guy get stuck? I blew by him though.
I was letting my video load and I watched and I heard somebody go up there and the crowd started hooting and hollering and I seen you go up there and park and then I seen all that coming up and I was like, I can't tell if that's dust or steam.
I couldn't tell either and I parked it and these guys were chilling there and I was like, you guys got oil? And they're like, yeah. They're like, and I was thinking in my head, is that dust or smoke? Yeah, she's pissed. Look at that, all that foam, dude. Definitely blew the head gasket.
Oh shit. What the hell is that? Was Brooke recording when this happened? I want to hear what it sounded like. This was in the oil pan.
Huh?
This was in the oil pan.
What is that?
I don't know. It's too heavy to be a bearing.
Huh?
It's too heavy to be a bearing. But I don't know if you guys noticed what's missing. I didn't pull anything else off. All I did was pull the pan. The pickup tube's gone. Yeah, you got your pump right here, and there should be a pickup tube sitting right here. And I came to the conclusion that I found the pickup tube. I'm guessing that's what it is. It's too heavy to be any bearing material, and the rods and everything look fine. But there's a whole bunch of just like, holy crap, that like, yeah. But at the same time, the pan is a little dented, so it's very likely Thomas went over rock, smacked the pan, knocked the drain, or not the drain, the pickup tube off out of the oil pan, and just nature took its course, which is insane. So I'm going to for sure pull this rod. I'm thinking it's bent, so I'm gonna pull it, make sure it's bent, or not, or make sure it is bent for sure. But we're gonna send the block to a machine shop and have it cleaned, because we just don't have a steam cleaner. So and everything it has to be a bare block anyways. So I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling the rotating assembly apart and see if I can find any more whoopsies that Thomas did. Alright you guys, so I got all the pistons pulled. This is the one that's broke, and it comes all the way down onto that skirt, as you guys can see. Anyways, it did some pretty good damage. And these back two, so 6 and 5, saw that pickup tube. I'm guessing that's what that is. All that damage is on the bottom is from the pickup tube. This one has a little bit of scarring on the skirt, but it doesn't look like it's cracked or busted or anything. I very quickly just kind of looked at them as I was pulling them, just to make sure whatever. But yeah, this one, so far it's just the back two that have some skirt damage. This one, yeah, no, it's nothing to really be worried about. So I'm gonna get another opinion on this one, because that just worries me. I don't want to run it and hurt the motor even more. But we for sure need number 6 rod and piston. The piston was sitting in there kind of crooked, so assumption is connecting rod's bent as well. Oh, it's tight in there. Anyways, but that's insane. But that's what happens when you hydrolock. You break stuff. But I've been looking at the crank, and it's gonna need a light little polishing. There's a little scarring. I'm assuming it had probably no oil pressure with the pickup tube being messed up. So there's a little bit of scarring. That the bearings are pretty new, honestly. Less than 6 months old. Well, about 6 months old, honestly, I think. But yeah, something was going on, because they don't look great. But I'm gonna do some stuff when I put it back together, make sure we got the right stuff. But anyhow, yeah, I don't have a puller. We got this puller right here, but it's not the right style. We need the flat one. I have one, but it's at home, an hour away, so I think I might just bring it home, or bring it tomorrow, and finish tearing this down. So these front two bearings are a little beat. The copper's showing really, basically that whole thing is showing copper on this one and the front side on that one. So my conclusion was correct. It was, the crank was jumping while being, yep. Oh yeah, that one's scarred really well too. Had some material go through it. I don't know if you guys can see that scarring, but there you go. It's a little bit better. Just insane. So I think we're and it scarred up. The crank is also scarred up really good. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but all that is just pitting from, oh yeah, there's a little lip right in here. You guys won't be able to see that, I don't think, but looks like we're gonna be needing a crank for sure, because that's a little excessive. A lot more excessive than I think the machine shop would be able to take out, and slash probably just cheaper to buy one rather than having the machine shop work it all down. But yeah, I think the only thing I got left are lifters. Oh, I thought it had flat tappet lifters. Anyways, but the cam bearings look okay. This front one has a little pitting right in here. It looks like it's seen some better days, so it might not be a bad idea to get some cam bearings in it. I'm gonna wipe it all up and get all the oil and stuff off of those, and then I'll fill and see what my conclusion comes up to. Oh, that's also a problem. That's the piston that broke. That skirt is hurt. Well, that's lame. But anyways, I'm going to finish pulling lifters. I got this little oil slinger thingy balancer. I don't honestly know what that is. I'm gonna pull that out and then we'll have a bare block. Alright you guys, so there we have it, a bare 4.3 block. I'm gonna go ahead and scrape all the gaskets off, just get all that stuff clean, so I don't have to do it after we get it back from getting washed. I gotta pull oil pressure, whatever thing, port thing off. But yeah, there we got it, bare block. Got my pile of parts. Yeah, I need to put some water in the intake ports of both heads and check and see if valves are bent. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna do that real quick. But yeah, super easy engine teardown. Sucks that I found a few things wrong, but that's okay. We'll just build it better next time. Well, not better. The dude that built it did a really good job, but Thomas just likes to send stuff hard. But yeah, cam looks good. There's no scarring or anything like that. You can see that there's wear, but it's nothing to be alarmed about. All the lobes still feel fine. But yeah, I'm going to check these real quick and go from there. Alrighty, so the concept with this is I'll pour the water just into the intake ports, and then if I see any seepage on the valve side, then obviously a bent valve. Alright, so I got all the runners filled up to the top with water. I'm just gonna let them sit for a little bit. From what I was told, you can also use gasoline. Gasoline works a little bit better just because it's thinner than water. But it should, if they're bent at all, they would leak with water. So I'm just going to let them sit for probably half an hour maybe, and then I'll come back and check on them.
Check it out, you guys. After a weekend, I call this a success. So I had a bunch of friends and homies, good people, find me a motor, found the junkyard, got a hold of the junkyard, had the motor pulled, had a couple guys go get that. Corey picked it up from there. Jaden made the motor happen. Malcolm ended up bringing the motor from Corey's to the shop here. And now we have Matt tearing it down and getting ready to swap Adam Bott's old motor stuff onto this one. We've got a newer motor, so that means we've got to swap out this intake. We took off the exhaust manifolds. We're gonna put ours back on it. We're gonna put a couple new gaskets on here and get this thing back in the box. So we've got the off-road expo coming up real soon, and we want to have this thing there and ready to show off. So stay tuned while Matt gets this bad puppy switched up. Check it out, you guys. After a weekend, I call this a success. So I had a bunch of friends and homies, good people, find me a motor, found the junkyard, got a hold of the junkyard, had the motor pulled, had a couple guys go get that. Corey picked it up from there. Jaden made the motor happen. Malcolm ended up bringing the motor from Corey's to the shop here. And now we have Matt tearing it down and getting ready to swap Adam Bott's old motor stuff onto this one. We've got a newer motor, so that means we've got to swap out this intake. We took off the exhaust manifolds. We're gonna put ours back on it. We're gonna put a couple new gaskets on here and get this thing back in the box. So we've got the off-road expo coming up real soon, and we want to have this thing there and ready to show off. So stay tuned while Matt gets this bad puppy switched up.
All right, you guys, so we got this little Ford 3 all de-accessorized. We got a different oil pan coming, and once it's in the car, I'm gonna swap the intake. We're waiting for gaskets right now, so we're just gonna be proactive, get this thing set in, and then do a little bit of more work afterwards. But let's get to putting her in.
As you guys can see, we've got this thing level and ready to drop in. So we're gonna wiggle it down in here and try not to harm anything and get her in place. So the oil pan that's currently on the motor is a bit different than the oil pan I originally built the car with. So we were hoping we were gonna slide this down in there, but the ears on the pan are too wide and they're hitting the frame. So we're gonna pull this pan off and then we're gonna be super careful and get this dropped back down in there. As soon as we get it mounted, then we already know the other pan can come on and off with the motor in place. So that's on order and we'll be here in a few days. So main goal today is to get this bolted down in here and start assembling what we can. You guys, check this out. Matt's been going hard. We had to do some wiggling and waggling of it, but he's making some great leadway. He's got the exhausts bolted on, motors bolted back in. The oil pan is a bit different, like I said earlier, so we're gonna wait till we get the new pan for that. But other than that, it's kind of a direct fit.
Yeah. Direct fit. Yeah.
Matt's been cussing a little bit. I even seen him throw a tool across the shop today, so dropped his impact in the bucket of oil.
It's leaking oil still.
Isn't it? Well, at least it's clean and oiled.
Yeah, well lubed.
Well lube. So there you guys have it. We're gonna keep going, get the water pump and everything else on here, and maybe let Matt do some Brodies tonight.
Yeah.
It'll be tomorrow. We're waiting on an intake gasket, but anyways, we'll keep plugging along and let you guys watch the madness. So after jumping through a bunch of hoops and going through a bunch of different questions with ourselves, we decided what we are gonna do is pull the heads off the Vortec motor we got from the junkyard, and Matt went ahead and lashed the valves and got these seated all tight. Lapped the valves and got them all pretty nice and tight. So the heads from the old motor, which these are TBI heads off a 95. They have a little more compression than the 96 heads. And so when I built the motor in the first place, that's what I opted to do. So, as you can see over here, Matt is, he's kicking some butt. He's got the head dropped on there. We got new head gaskets. We've got some copper spray that we've added to it to help seat everything a little better. And you guys, we got 7 days until the Off-Road Expo in Salt Lake City, Utah. So we're kind of up against the gun. We've got a few other things we're gonna do to the car. And we are also getting on the project called Yoshi. You'll be able to check that out in another video of ours. Find it in the description and the link. But man, we are really hustling and trying to get this taken care of. So this is the Vortec block we got from the junkyard. A buddy of mine
had a buddy of his that had a junkyard, so we ended up getting that motor here. And then we ran into the issue with the 96 Vortec heads. My intake did not fit, so we were kind of up against the gun. I called a bazillion machine shops to see if I could get my heads figured out and decked and cleaned and whatever else. No one could do it in an efficient time. So then I resorted to almost spending $700 and getting a new set of heads sent here. Well, a good buddy of mine, Hoodrich, is no newbie to making things run and putting motors together, and he definitely talked me off a ledge of buying some new heads, and just to have the heads gone through. Same with Matt, he said just go ahead and lap these. We thought some valves were bent, but they weren't. So we've just got everything set in here and cleaned up, and now getting it bolted together.
Thanks for watching always, you guys, and stay fabbing. Check out the next video here and make sure you subscribe. And if you guys want gear, check out the website.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think